Tony Basilio along with Joe Wheeler. And Joe, it's going to be another exciting, action-packed week of NWA Rocky Top.
No doubt about that, Tony. Everything's pointing to July 23rd at the Expo Center. We've got Tracy Smothers taking on one of the Terminators here today. Plus, Tom Pritchard will be in action, and John Noble and Shane Williams will be going at it to crown a new X Division champion heading into the 23rd.
And the Midnight Express, the suspension continues, and I love it. We'll get back to it. NWA Rocky Top is now.
You got it all, baby. The best tag team, the best single wrestler they are. That's why we're the best, Joe Winner, and you know it, brother!
As we're back with you on NWA Rocky Top, a spot in the X Division Championship is on the line here. John Noble, the protege of Tom Pritchard, is going to face Shane Williams. And it is going to be, I think, a fantastic match. Both these guys are excellent wrestlers.
No doubt about that, Tony. I tell you what, NWA Rocky Top's the place to be. We got an X Division title tournament matchup here. The winner of this matchup will take on Brad Thomas on July 23rd in Knoxville at the Expo Center. And Tom Pritchard now coming out to join us here at the desk. And I tell you what, we heard from Tom Pritchard at the end of last week's show, and he was furious that we didn't have more time for him. So Tom now joining us here at the desk. Talk to us about John Noble. I know he's a tremendous competitor, Tom Pritchard.
I hope you know. I hope you've done your homework, because this man right here is going to be the next X Division champion in East Tennessee. Rocky Top is looking. Yeah, ring the bell.
Well, he's got his work cut out for him with Shane Williams. Shane Williams is a four-time champion in his own right, an MEW champion, won a championship up in Vermont, a two-time heavyweight champion in a couple of other divisions. He's going to have his hands full here, and he's on top early on here, Dr. Tom.
I am sick and tired of every time I watch the tape back or hear you guys talk about how these East Tennessee boys have given us a hard time. You haven't seen a hard time yet. Every time a Pritchard steps in the ring, and I consider my cousin John Noble a Pritchard because he does have my blood in him, he's going to give this kid a hard time. I don't think anybody's given us a hard time yet.
You've got to be impressed, though, with the depth of talent here at NWA Rocky Top, Tom.
Oh, I'm saying there is a list of impressive talent here. Yeah, sure, this is the place everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to be here. Everybody wants to know what's going on in East Tennessee. That's why, as the Texas heavyweight champion, I'm going to conquer East Tennessee as well.
Aren't you biting off more than you can chew right now? Think about it. The night of the 23rd, you've got your hands full in the main event there. Your own self. Why are you so excited and now introducing John Noble at a critical juncture in your career?
What's the problem here? I've had critical junctures in my career before. You got the Goldens out here. Why can't I have a cousin? Why can't I have somebody else come out here and get a piece of Rocky Top? Get a piece of some of this so-called talent you're talking about in East Tennessee.
I guess you guys are going for a clean sweep. You're planning on winning the Tennessee title as well. And John Noble, I guess you're predicting, will advance to the X Division Championship on the 23rd.
As a matter of fact, that's correct. I am going to be the Tennessee heavyweight champion. John Noble will be the X Division champion, and we're going to rule East Tennessee wrestling. We're going to rule NWA Rocky Top.
John Noble has an odd way of showing it, because right now in this match, he is struggling in a big-time way as he rakes the eyes. I'm telling you, outside the boundaries, that's probably a move you taught him.
There's
Ridiculous.
no boundaries when you step in the ring. There's only about winning. You don't want to lose, and John Noble is a winner.
Well, he doesn't
For Christ's
look
sake, it's probably an
he don't
East
like a
Tennessee
winner right
referee.
now.
Yeah, well, if you get a referee in there that knows how to call this.
Well, whatever. Shane Williams is bringing it.
Well, I got something to bring to you if you get in my face again, pal.
All right, Pritchard, calm down there now. He's just an announcer. He's not a wrestler.
You can say that again. Oh, man. Talk about a move there. Talk about a great defensive move.
That was luck.
Williams definitely got in the bad way right there as he hit the ropes, as Noble was able to get out of the way, and Noble going right back to work on him. Noble cool and calm about it, going right back in, and now takes control of the match after Shane Williams made a crucial error right there.
He did make a crucial error at a critical juncture. But Tom Pritchard, we've had fan mail wondering about your Texas Heavyweight Championship. We have a fan wondering, is it the same Texas Heavyweight Champion that was held by so many greats before? And are you doing it justice? Brian Christopher, Kerry Von Erich, Jerry Lawler, are you doing that belt justice?
Oh, well, first of all, let me just ask if John Noble has just done Shane Williams justice by a power slam. As a matter of fact, yes, oh my gosh. As a matter of fact, Fritz Von Erich himself gave me this Texas Heavyweight Championship on his deathbed and told me I was the only one capable and able to be the Texas Heavyweight Champion right now.
Well,
Fritz gave it to me himself. Yes, it is the very same title those greats
He
held.
would turn in his grave if he saw the antics of you over the first couple of months here in NWA Rocky Top.
I beg your pardon. As a matter of fact, I think he'd be both proud of myself and my cousin in the ring right now. Let's talk about Shane Williams. Shane Williams happens to be on the losing end. Shane Williams happens to be the unlucky one in the ring right now.
As John Noble whips him into the rope, and now Shane Williams is there to meet him with a reversal. And she's going to try to go for a pin here, and he gets him up and over in 1 and a 2, and no!
What a kick out, man.
Oh, look at that maneuver.
That's a clothesline.
John Noble came across with a big clothesline right there, turned everything around, now going for a cover, and got a 2 count just that fast. Noble able to turn the momentum around in the blink of an eye, Pritchard. I got to give you credit. Tremendous competitor John Noble is.
You better teach him to hook the leg, Dr. Tom Pritchard.
He knows how to hook the leg. Don't worry about it, man. You get more and more like Michael Cole every day, and that guy gets on my nerves, and I might just punch you in the face like I did him. What a maneuver. Learn to call the holds there, pal.
Tony, you better watch it. You're getting him hot down there as Noble continues to control Williams. Got him in a side headlock. They work their way back up to their feet. Williams down with a couple of back elbows trying to create some separation. Arm reversal right there. Noble went in. Williams up and over his man right there. Ducked under that clothesline. Noble catches him right here.
Oh, watch this move. That's called the Texas knockout. The TKO.
Devastating.
Right there,
The
guys.
TKO, the Texas knockout. A devastating move.
What a tremendous move! What a tremendous athlete from Dallas, Texas,
Well,
my cousin, John
If we
Noble.
can get him to be quiet for a moment, I want to remind you, that gentleman right there advances on July 23rd in the X Division. Fans, get your tickets now over at the Knoxville Expo Center in the X Division as we continue with more on the other side. NWA Rocky Top style. You know, the one good thing about this next match, Joe Wheeler, as we welcome you back on NWA Rocky Top, is that we will not have a run-in this time or interference from that knucklehead Tom Pritchard, because he absolutely ruined that last match with his presence here. He'll be in the ring for our upcoming match, meeting none other than Robbie Race.
Should be a tremendous contest. Of course, Texas heavyweight champion Tom Pritchard right there, coming out with his cousin John Noble. And John now being given the belt, and looks like he's heading over here to join us here at the commentator's position. And Tony, be careful. This kid's a bit of a loose cannon at times. Don't get him too mad, Tony.
Whatever.
I tell you what, we got a lot more to come here this week, fans. And of course, it's already been announced, Tom Pritchard versus Jimmy Golden for the Tennessee title, July the 23rd, Knoxville at the Expo Center.
I wonder if his kid can talk. Hey, John Noble.
It's gonna be a tremendous contest. It's gonna be an incredible
Get that
night.
kid over here. Oh, look at that. That's ridiculous.
He's got to be from Tennessee.
That's ridiculous, taking Race out like that. What do you have to say for yourself on the suplex? Just nasty. Oh, and the neck breaker.
Oh, my God.
He's
That's
going for
Tom
the kill
Pritchard.
early on here.
That is Tom Pritchard.
Drops a
right
big
there.
elbow.
It's over.
Oh, my gosh.
It's over.
It is over. 1, 2, 3.
The greatest professional wrestler walking the earth today, Tom Pritchard.
Well, I hope you're proud of yourself, John Noble, distracting that young kid like that.
I'm proud to be, and I'm proud to be from Texas, and I'm proud to be Tom Pritchard.
That was disgusting. Disgusting. Dr. Tom Pritchard, ladies and gentlemen, and John Noble here on NWA Rocky Top.
Let's
Dr.
wait.
Tom,
No,
now that was ridiculous, him interfering in that manner.
I didn't do anything. All I did was beat your man just like that. Now I've got an exclusive for everybody here in Rocky Top Wrestling. I want you to feast your eyes on this. I had a private investigator go out and find something that I think everybody needs to see. Roll the tape. I hired a private detective to go and look deep inside the Golden family tree. And come here, Mr. Cameron, I want you to follow me because look what I found. Hey, wake up there, pal. How you doing?
Hey,
You remember me?
yeah, a couple days back.
Good, good. Hey, why don't you tell everybody right there? You're on TV right now. Well, why don't you tell everybody right there what your name is?
JJ.
JJ. Well, JJ, hey, take it easy on that, pal. What does JJ stand for?
Jimmy Jr.
Jimmy Jr. Well, Jimmy Jr. Where's your family? Why are you out here in this box?
Well, my mom left me about 10 years ago, and I never knew my daddy.
You never knew your daddy, huh?
Never knew him. But my mama gave me a picture of him. You want to see?
Well, sure I do. What? Well, will you look at that right there? That's your daddy, huh? That's a fine family resemblance. As a matter of fact, that's Jimmy Golden. You know your daddy's a famous wrestler?
My mama used to tell me that he was, but I never did pay attention.
Well, yeah, he makes a lot of money, you know, but it looks like he never did anything to take care of you there, JJ. I mean, by the look of things, it looks like you haven't even eaten in a while.
No, in about 3 days.
3 days, huh? Well, JJ, I want you to know that I'm from Texas, and we have compassion in Texas as big as our state. I went out and I got you your very own dish here, JJ. That's a special dish just for you. And I also got you something that I know you're gonna like, JJ. As a matter of fact, this is a special. Here, would you hold that for just a second? I'm gonna make this for you. Hold on here. Real special. Look at that, JJ. Look at that. That's prime cuts in gravy, JJ. Why don't you try some of that? Try some of that right there and have a big old bite. Yeah, have you some, JJ. Right there. Have it. In fact, I'm going to leave that all there for you, JJ. I'm going to leave the whole dog food for you, JJ, because I've been more of a parent, I've been more of a father to this young man right here than you have in 20 years, Jimmy Golden.
All right, Dr. Tom Pritchard, that video right there is a complete disgrace. How dare you besmirch my Tennessee Volunteers and besmirch a living legend like Jimmy Golden?
Let me just say this. I was more of a father in 5 minutes to Jimmy Golden's son. Hey, Bobby, how you like your brother? How do you like what your dad did to your brother? He left his mother and some of these, I want to say, ladies of ill repute in East Tennessee when Jimmy Golden was out cavorting years ago. That was the result. And I went and I showed the compassion that a man from Texas has on your own son, Jimmy Golden. I found him in the gutter. I found him in a cardboard box, and I fed the guy. I clothed him, and now he gets to puke just like everybody else does on a nice orange Tennessee jersey.
You're associating. You've come up here from Texas to associate yourself with this?
Absolutely. This is a family man right here. We're family. We don't throw our kinfolk out and leave them to eat dog food on the streets like other people do.
Yeah, you guys have family values, Manson family values. We're going to come back on the other side. More NWA Rocky Top after this.
Slam of the Week, presented by ESPN 1180 WVLZ.
This match right here will determine one of the two competitors on the 23rd.
And these two guys, Joe Wheeler, are a couple of great competitors.
No doubt about that. High-impact, hard-hitting wrestling right there, snapping the man's neck back, right in for a cover. Nice technique, and got a 2 count.
Boy, I thought he had him. Swings him into the ropes. Oh, and misses. And now from a full Nelson, oh, he goes into what looks like a great finish move, a 1-2, no. I thought he had him, boy. I'll tell you, this Brad Thomas is one tough young competitor out of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Thomas right there, high flyer, crossbody block. This could do it, and he got him right there, Tony.
And he gets him on the springboard crossbody block. The springboard crossbody block as he gets him. Does your winner out of Knoxville, Tennessee, Brad Thomas, advances into your X Division Finals. As we get ready for the over action fans here in another exciting action-packed match in NWA Rocky Top, as you see the Terminators making their way into the ring. D-Hod along with Jaheed and D-Hod, and Joe Wheeler, you tell them apart.
That's a challenge right there, Tony Basilio, if I've ever heard one, because that is not an easy task to do. Both of these guys from the Middle East, both of them mean, nasty competitors, and if nothing else, watch out for that curled weapon on the end of their boots. But I tell you what, Tracy Smothers is on his way into the NWA Rocky Top Arena, and this is going to be a great match.
These two guys are so despicable that in our last show, when David Beaton was here in the Army Ranger, they actually exchanged words with David Beaton back behind the curtain. That's the kind of repulsive individuals you're dealing with here.
Oh, absolutely right, Tony. And David Beaton, of course, we saw him earlier in the show. He is an Army Ranger, young man from right here in Knoxville, Tennessee, lifelong friend of Bobby's and Bobby Golden's. And I tell you what, I was glad to see that young man here.
Yes, sir.
And a big salute to all of our troops who are doing a tremendous job and fighting the good fight over in the Middle East.
And you talk about fine Americans, you're talking about the wild-eyed Southern boy, Tracy Smothers, who also happens to be a good paisan a guy who's full-blooded, a full-blooded Italian, ladies and gentlemen, a member of the FBI, as I happen to be myself. So I identify with Tracy Smothers, who's now in the ring with D-Hod, Terminator D-Hod, as we're underway here in NWA Rocky Top.
There you go. You got it right, Tony Basilio. That is D-Hod in the ring with Tracy Smothers. That is Jahid on the floor. And one of the very few ways that those guys can be distinguished is by the tattoos, and Jahid has the tattoos on his arm, or has more of them than D-Hod. So
Tracy Smothers is built American tough, hailing out of Springfield, Tennessee, home of that Saturn plant. Of course, when he lays the spine buster on you, or the Tennessee jawbreaker, which hopefully we'll see later in this match, his two patented signature finish moves.
No doubt about that, as Tracy Smothers now getting whipped into the ropes here, ducked under that clothesline, all comes across, big high cross body block in for a cover, and he almost had one of the Terminators right there. D-Hod down, now Smothers rolls him right up, beautiful amateur wrestling, rolled him right into a 2 count, but Jahid was able to escape out to the floor. And Tony, I want to tell you this, Tracy Smothers made reference to JBL earlier in an interview in the last show, and I want to point out for those fans that don't know, Tracy Smothers has a standing challenge to JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield. We all know where he wrestles at, and it's a personal issue over what happened to the Blue Meanie at ECW's One Night Stand. Just for the fans to know what's going on there, Tracy Smothers has challenged him to a fight anytime, anywhere.
That's interesting. And I'll tell you, Tracy Smothers, not a guy you want to make mad. Tracy Smothers, a competitor in every sense of the word, a former Smoky Mountain Wrestling heavyweight champion 2 times, a WCW United States Tag Champion way back in the day, a guy who SSW heavyweight champion's been around. He's held at least 50 belts. Has one Tracy Smothers. He is a man's man in that ring, and right now he's in there with a guy who really feels some ill will as he tries to roll up D-Hod and is only able to get him for a 1 count. And D-Hod keeps complaining that those tights are being pulled, and I'll tell you, look at those tights. Satin, look like they come from, and it looks like they come from the finest material over in the Middle East.
Well, that's true. They're, you know, beautiful garments, and of course the folks in the Middle East are very infamous for their rugs and that type of thing. So
looks like something that came maybe a wall hanging out of Saddam's palace or something.
Well, you know, there's absolutely no telling with these guys. The connections they have overseas are pretty scary, no doubt about that. And what a dirty tactic right there. Ridiculous. We all saw what you just did there, Jahid. Jahid with the trip outside, and D-Hod takes advantage with an elbow smash on Tracy Smothers as he's got Smothers in trouble and follows it up with a leg drop there by Jahid.
And D-Hod really has him in a bad way as he goes for the 2 count. Now Tracy Smothers on the ropes. And Tracy Smothers is feeling it. And with these 2 guys here, you know, that's the exact position. They like to work the turban buster. As now we have an inverted choke slam as he's using that ring for some leverage. And you know that you've just got a smart on your neck. And there you see Tracy Smothers up on his feet. As now he's able to get back on the fans, encouraging and imploring him as he went for a snap there, but no, that was reversed. And now he has him, and he rolls him up into a sunset flip, a 1 and a 2, and no! As he's able to get loose after the count of 2. And now D-Hod in control as he takes Tracy Smothers down. And a count of 2 one more time.
D-Hod with a short clothesline there, taking Smothers down. Now he's got him draped over that second rope. Once again, choking him across that rope as now Jahid moving in, and Jahid now laying the damage in on Tracy Smothers.
It's ridiculous.
They're trying to take that oxygen away from him, that fuel that runs that fire, and the wild-eyed Southern boy finds himself in trouble with these 2 bad men from the Middle East.
This is the kind of thing that Jimmy Valiant's got to get under control. There is no reason at all for Jahid to be at ringside right now. No reason at all.
You're right. Somebody needs to see if he's got a manager's license that would allow him to be out here at ringside. You know, this is a 2-on-1 situation. Smothers is fighting both men. He's got one of them in control right now at the moment with a series of tremendous karate thrusts. Tracy Smothers showing his Oriental experience and his Oriental training with these karate thrusts that he throws, and he is opening up and catches his man with a short clothesline right there, Tony.
No question. Tracy Smothers is regarded as a Bruce Lee in the squared circle, a gentleman you don't want to mess with, as now he takes him down with a clothesline, and Tracy Smothers, after a handful of maneuvers, is now in control here in NWA Rocky Top. Oh! As he finishes, that's going to be it. Oh, he's welcoming his opponent. And Tracy Smothers now with a running forearm.
Jahid just got took out right there. D-Hod now getting controlled by Smothers as well. Reversal into the ropes coming across right there. Oh, look out! Smothers just tumbled out all the way to the concrete floor as Jahid is taking it to him. Referee is called for the bell, Tony. We got havoc.
This is ridiculous. Somebody get out here and help this guy. Somebody get out here and help this guy. Oh, beautiful. Up and over.
Smothers controlling both of the Terminators at this point in time. Oh, big spear right there. Smothers just nailed him with that spear right there. Sent him all the way back to the Middle East near about with that one. And Smothers now's got him straddled in the corner. The fans here in Knoxville cheering him on.
What is
hey,
going
wait
on
a minute.
Here? Somebody get that man. Oh, my gosh, that's Jimmy Gibson.
What in the world
gosh,
is
that's
he
Jimmy
doing?
Gibson. What in the wide sports of goes on?
Oh, my God.
Oh, he hits him with the flaming tennis racket.
He lit the racket on fire.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Tony, we need to get some help out here.
Ridiculous.
Oh,
that's
my God.
ridiculous.
Tracy Smothers been hit with a flaming.
Jimmy Gibson, that was ridiculous.
What in the world is wrong with you, James Gibson?
Let me tell you something, Tony Basilio. He's not going to get rid of the Midnight Express. Let Tracy Smothers find him another partner. He's out here going on about how Jimmy Cornette, come on down, JBL, come on down. He better start worrying about Rocky Top and the Midnight Express.
That was repulsive. That was absolutely repulsive on the
sickening.
part of Jimmy Gibson. I can't believe what we just saw. And somebody get Tracy Smothers some medical attention. Tony Basilio back with Joe Wheeler. Joe, it was a great week here on NWA Rocky Top. Before we do anything else, though, we do have a special word. Loverboy Dennis now with a special word for us. The suspended one half of the Midnight Express. Let's hear what Loverboy Dennis has for us here on NWA Rocky Top.
Ooh, things are getting hot in Knoxville, Tennessee, ain't they, Tracy? Tracy Smothers, I told you once before, baby, I've got friends in low places. Our manager, James Strange, has got our saints. Oh, everybody's asking me, how did Tracy burn his fingers? I said, putting out his ears. Let me tell you something, Tracy. We're coming out for those belts on the 23rd of July at the Expo Center in Knoxville, Tennessee. Ain't nothing you can do. You can't prepare yourself for the Midnight Express. Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby, we're on the top, baby. This is as good as it gets. And we're going to continue to roll. We're going to roll right over you, burnt fingers and burnt ears or not. When we come to Knoxville, Tennessee, baby, guess what? We're coming for the gold. You can't compare to us. You just can't do it. I've told you year after year after year. And now finally, I think you and Ricky Morton understand, and the Armstrongs and anybody else that stepped in the ring with the Midnight Express, you're going down. We are the best. Thank you very much.
Boy, that was despicable. Loverboy Dennis, what can you say? Just deserves no comment. Let's focus on the positive here, Tom Wheeler. Let's bring in White Lightning and Tim Horner. Tim Horner, a disgraceful, wretched turn of events here in NWA Rocky Top.
I'm telling you, it's just awful. But, you know, last week I came out here and I challenged either Jimmy Golden or Dr. Tom Pritchard, whoever happens to be the champion here in Rocky Top. But next week, right here on this station, main event is me and Dr. Tom Pritchard. It's one of those put up or shut up matches. Now, I've heard you, Dr. Tom, say many a times everything's big in Texas. Well, you just made a believer out of me because you got the biggest mouth. And next week, right here on this program, I'm going to shut it for you.
And Joe Wheeler, it's going to be a huge show next week.
No doubt about it, fans. Be sure to join us next week for the most exciting 30 minutes in professional wrestling today, NWA Rocky Top. And, man, what a main event. Tom Pritchard, Tim Horner, Texas versus Tennessee. It gets no better, Tony.
And you can feel it really leading up to July 23rd, ladies and gentlemen. Get your tickets now. Knoxville Expo Center on the corner of Merchant Drive. Help me out here. Clinton Highway. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week on NWA Rocky Top.